Okay, to get started, you'll need to first follow the steps outlined here. So you'll need to download our software. You'll choose a subscription plan that fits your needs, and then you'll ultimately need to connect your RapidAPI subscription that you choose to the downloaded software that's on your computer. We'll walk you through the steps on how to do all of this. I will note right now, we only currently have our software available for Windows operating systems, but we do hope to have a Mac OS version coming soon. So to start out, you can either get to this section through the downloads page of covenant.software or by the getting started page. Both will have the similar information for you, but you can go download Windows and then you'll choose download. And we'll see the progress on this. Looks like it's ready, so we can open that folder. And then inside you'll see we've got Covenant AI -setup, an executable file here, so we'll launch that. And when that opens up, you'll see this window prompting you for permission, and you'll click more info and then run anyway. Okay, and now you'll be prompted for permission to install the software, so you choose yes. And then you'll see that the software is downloading and installing after the download finishes. Okay, the installation process is happening now. And it looks like the installation is complete. And so you can hit enter. You may have to do so twice in order to launch the program. And in the future, to launch the program, you can do so normally by finding it in your search, in the Windows search. So you can launch it through Covenant AI Colorizer here on your desktop. It should have created a icon for you, a shortcut for you on your desktop. Okay, so when it launches, this is the window that you'll see. It's telling you that login is required. You'll need to be connected to the internet, not only when first connecting this program, but anytime that you're using this program, because it relies on a cloud computing API in order to, for the AI to calculate and render the frames. So you'll always need to be connected to the internet whenever you're using the software. But we can choose OK here. And then it'll walk you through the process of getting signed up for a RapidAPI account and connecting your API key. So first you can choose sign up for a RapidAPI account, and it'll open up the window for you to do so. You can choose to either sign up, which will have you entering your email manually, or you can log in with either of these options. Right now I'm just going to choose log in with Google to make it easier. And I'll choose this account and continue. Excellent. Okay. So now you'll just enter these little details that they ask you. Go Robert. That's not my real name, by the way, but this is just an example. How many years of coding experience? Well, a lot of our users will probably have 0. Personal project, and what's my goal? Just to use this specific API, and then you'll press submit. You should be met by this page after you've created your account. If not, if for whatever reason it directed you to a different page, you can just go back into the software GUI here that we saw and click on this blue link again, and then it'll bring you to here where you can sign up for the subscription tier that you'd like. So yeah, just reading over what the different subscriptions do, choose the tier that's best for you. You'll see that the ones that are less upfront costs are a little bit more if you end up having overage credits, and then as you go up to the Pro, the Ultra, and the Mega plans, those overage rates get a little bit lower. So for now, I'm just going to choose the basic plan just to provide an example. So yep, you'll just fill out all of your payment details and then you'll hit subscribe. And once you've finished setting up the subscription process, it'll bring you to this window. So congratulations, you've signed up for your API. And so once you get to this page, your API key will be the key found right here, which is the same as the key here, but if you click here, it doesn't actually let you copy this. So to copy your API key into our software, you'll select this key, and be sure to, if the text string is spilling over into the next line, just make sure that you're getting everything before that single quote. So from here all the way down to here. And then you'll copy that, and we'll paste that as our API key here. Press OK. And congratulations, you are now activated within our software. And if there's any software updates available, you'll see a prompt like this. Right now, I'll just choose no to stick with what we have right now. And here we are, we're on the dashboard of the colorization software. So you'll see that there's 3 different colorization options here. We have an auto video colorization stable, auto video colorization creative. These two are colorizations that require no manual intervention by the user. It just does the full process on its own. It's very hands-off for someone who's looking to maybe crank out some videos without having to really put a lot of their own artistic efforts into it. The stable version, it'll create it's been trained to create colorization palettes that they're not going to capture a lot of colorization detail, but it's going to do overall a well job with a lot of different scene transitions and different types of environments. It'll look good, but it won't be very refined or very detailed in color. The auto video colorization creative, it does have more potential to hit more of those creative notes and to see more of that color detail, but it also has the drawback of sometimes it's unstable and it produces colors that are pretty off base and not exactly what you're looking for. So we are working on refining this function specifically to make it better. For now, you can play around with it, see if it creates any results that you like, but we'll show you an example of both of these and of our custom guided video colorization, which this one allows you to have a lot more manual control over what the color results are. You'll see a large number of different samples, and you get to choose from the different samples and really refine your colors and then adjust some further settings, but we'll get through that when we get to that one. So starting out the stable colorization, let's sample this one out. So I'll just choose, let's delete that. I'm just going to choose this clip that I downloaded from the internet. It's just a highway with traffic. Looks like it might be California. Well, it looks like things are happening, but I'm not seeing them. There we are. Okay, so I do want to note that we have different resolutions that you can export or render the video in. You'll want to choose the resolution that is equal to, or you can choose to do one that's less than what the actual resolution is of your video. I must stress that if you have a SD video or a full HD video and you choose 4K, this software does not upscale videos using AI. It only colorizes them. So basically you would be just paying more credits for still only producing a full HD or an SD video if the video isn't initially 4K. So we'll take a look at, let's see this video that we're going to process here. So let's go to properties, details. So this video is 3840 by 2160 pixels. So that is a 4K video. I'm going to go ahead and choose 4K for this one. And as you can see, as it's rendering, you see a sample window that's showing you each frame as it's being rendered, the results. And it looks like this stable colorization model is actually doing quite well with this image sequence or with this clip. You can see it's got some green grass over here. Definitely did a great job with the sky. Once it's finished here, we'll get a better picture of the full results of it. And that's coming up in just a second here. And then it's just doing some finishing touches on the video, some of the post-processing, and there we go. There's the results. So yeah, the stable colorization seemed to do a really good job with this whole environment, this outdoor environment. Cool. And now we'll take a look at the creative auto video colorization and see what kind of results those will produce with the same clip. And once again, I'll choose 4K. Okay, it looks like this one has a little bit more, maybe a red hue to it. Not quite as natural looking as the stable colorization as I had sort of alluded to before. Sometimes this is the case. Other times the stable or with this artistic colorization, it does do just as well or even better than the stable one. It just really depends on the clip, honestly. I do want to note though, actually, as this is going, so down here we have our plan usage, so you can see different credits that you've used. So it's showing that I've got 610 credits that I've used out of the 11,250 that's allotted for the $19 subscription plan that I signed up for. And you might notice that this isn't rendering right now, and that's another thing, another feature. So I just paused the render here, and then we can continue to resume it so we can finish up the process. Now we're doing the post-processing again. And here are our results for that one. So yeah, as it kind of looked like in the smaller thumbnail, it's definitely got some more reddish hues to it. Almost looks a little deserty or like a Western flick here. So definitely if that's a look that you're going for, it's not a bad look. Definitely gives a kind of an older film style. But then if you really want to get detailed and specific with the results of your colorization, that's where our next one comes into play. So here we have the custom guided video colorization, which we will render the same clip with. And you'll see with this one, you're met with an initial dialog window that's different than the other ones. This one allows you to choose a number of frames per sample. This will be how many frames are colorized. So you'll have several different colorization options that'll appear on the next page, and this will be how many of the frames from this video in each sequence get colorized. It'll make more sense as we get to the next step here, but as you see, selecting less costs less credits to colorize or to process the samples, and then choosing more is more. I'm just going to choose 3 frames per sample for now, just to give you an idea of what this number actually is saying and what it's doing. And we're just generating some samples here, and it's just wrapping up here with the samples, and now we see the results. So as you can see, choosing the 3 frames per sample before creates 3 keyframes that get colorized for each palette here, for each different color palette. So if I uncheck this box, it'll stop playing them as it'll just pause all of these different slideshows. And you can see if we count them, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So yep, that's the 3 different keyframes, or this 3 different frames per sample that we chose there. So the way that this workflow works is you actually get to choose all of your favorite colorizations inside of here. So we're going to refine which ones we really like the best by choosing the ones we like out of here. We'll say these ones. Sounds pretty nice. Ooh, I like the colors in this one. That one pops a lot. This one could, if we adjusted some saturation on there later on, we could maybe make that one work. And let's just throw in, ooh, that one's kind of nice looking. Then we'll get one that's kind of a dusky feel too. And then we can, the next step is either to sample more of these, more samples like this, and be able to choose more, or we can continue the colorization. I'm pretty happy with the results of these ones, so I might just continue the colorization for now. But if you didn't see any that you liked in here right off the bat, a lot of times doing more samples will give you more results that may be more what you're looking for. And I'll also note that, well, let's go to the next page first so we can see what happens with these ones that we selected. So if we say continue to colorization, it'll take only the ones that we selected and put them in this page, and these are like our favorites then. If we would have sampled more on that last page and then chosen more samples, it would have combined the 2 sample sets, the favorites, all of the favorites that we chose along the way would be shown on this page then. And so now on this page, we only get to select 1 sample, and that's because this is going to be the sample that we eventually fix up exactly how we like, and then we render the entire clip or the entire sequence with that styling and with those settings. So let's take a look at this one. I just kind of want to show you how we can spruce up one that's maybe got a little bit less color in it and add some more color and see what we can do there. So as you can see here, you have the option to edit the prompt that's prompting this on some of its color definitions. You can also press the settings button and it'll give you more of your typical settings that you'll see in video and photo editing software. So you've got white balance, temperature, saturation, got auto color. Just to give you a clue of what some of this does, we'll up the saturation, maybe up the temperature a little bit, and then let's process that. Okay, so definitely gave it more of like a midday vibe, little bit sunnier and brighter there. Maybe let's try getting it a little bit greener. So maybe let's say like grass, field, outdoors, see what this does for us. Oh yeah, see, we definitely got some grassy areas going on the side now. If we want to mess around with the white balance at all, we could add some white balance to it. Maybe make it look a little sharper. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So yeah, from there we can, as you see, this is what it was before. After playing around with it, we're able to get it to be a lot more colorful than what we had in this original sample here. And with that, we can go ahead and continue to colorize the entire film with those settings. And it'll ask you again for the video quality, and I'll choose 4K. And we can see our sample or our thumbnail here of colorization as it takes place. And once again, see our plan usage down here. And since it's rendering in 4K as we chose, you'll see that these are actually going up by increments of 3 right now, because 4K processing is 3 credits per frame. And once this is all done, you have the option to go back in here and to continue to produce more from the samples that we already have. If we wanted to generate more films in different colors, then we could keep processing this film different colors if we'd like. And that's actually what I was just alluding to. This is that box here. It'll say we can either continue editing, which would bring us back to this window and allow us to continue editing, or if you press all done, it's going to close down that project and close up all that work. So I'm going to press continue editing for now, just so we can come back to that in a sec. But as you see, this is our results, and not too bad looking. Okay, so now we can, as I said, we could come back in here, do some more editing. There's another one. I do like the blue sky in this one. If you say just wanted to color it how it is, you didn't want to make any adjustments, you could just from this screen choose continue to colorization, and you're gonna be given the setting option, the resolution option again, and you can process your film right from here. Well, with that said, that's all that there is to it for now. Definitely making improvements and updates to this software frequently, so please check in frequently for more video tutorials as we continue to explain some of the best practices for editing prompts and editing some of the other settings to really get the style and the look that you're going for. So thanks y'all for using our software, and we look forward to seeing the results that you can get. If you'd like, please send us a message on our website. We have let's pull this up. And you can send us any projects that you've done that you'd like us to showcase on our website. So for now, that's all, but we'll be